video, I'm going to go over decompiling an application, and I'm going to show you a few things about the application itself, reading the manifest file, talking about what it is, and then recompiling the application. And you'll need to do this with this specific app in order to do the next video. So make sure you at least get the application installed. So before I get started, please do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. It really does help me out, and I really appreciate it. I love you all for it. Alright, so let's get into it. So decompiling and signing an app. So let's go ahead and let me first of all make sure I don't have the app in here. Alright, cool. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to install APK tool, and that is as simple as doing an apt-get install APK tool. Obviously I have mine done, so we are good there. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and download the diva-beta APK from GitHub, and there's a couple different places where you can get it, but just for simplicity's sake I actually forked it over and it's on my GitHub. So just go to github.com/hidesec, and here you'll click Diva Android, and you can just go ahead and download that. Save. Perfect. Home Diva Beta APK here. Alright, so we have this diva-beta APK, and if you'll recall, I had said that APKs, just think of them as zip files. So what are we going to want to do? We're going to want to unzip it, but we can't just unzip it using our traditional methods. You have to use the APK tool, which is why we went ahead and installed it. So let's use that command. So that's going to be APK tool D, and that is for decompile the application, diva beta.apk-f. And as you can tell, it is working its way. Minimize that. Perfect. And once it's done, you're going to be able to see, now you have this diva beta.apk, and it created this diva-beta folder. Alright, so let's just hop in the folder and let's just see what we have in there. So you're going to see this file, androidmanifest.xml, and if we cat it, you should be able to get a general idea as to what it is. Okay, so here you're going to see, up here, you're going to see a whole bunch of different permissions, and basically what this manifest file is doing is it is telling the operating system what permissions the application needs in order to run. So, you know, when you're looking at an application, you know, if it's like a, I don't know, let's say it's a gaming application that is just like a very simple game. It shouldn't have like Android permission and then like anything that has to do with a camera, because that's kind of a red flag. So you just want to look out for stuff like that. So that's essentially what the manifest file is doing. Now, and we'll get into how to manipulate those permissions later in order to take over applications and do all sorts of fun things. One other thing I wanted to show you is the smali folder. So if you'll recall in my first video, I talked about Android applications being built off of Java source code. So pay attention to this thing. This is called these are called smali files. So if we hop in there, and then we'll go jakar Asim. I think this is the original developer's name. And you're seeing all of these different .smali files. And so when you create an application code, the APK file itself contains a dex file, and we can go back to looking at that, or you can look at it on your own. And that dex file contains binary Dalvik bytecode. And so this is the format that the platform actually understands. However, that code isn't really human readable. It's not easy to read or modify binary code. So there are tools to convert to and from a human readable representation. So the most common, I should say, human readable format is known as the smali. So if you were to look into any of these, you'd see the like the functions and stuff, just as you would if you were to look at Java source code. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so I'm where I want to be. So let's say you have the folder diva-beta and you want to install it. Let's try to install it. So let me plug in my phone. Perfect. Connect to virtual machine. Perfect. And it's not coming up because I have USB charging and I need to change that over to transfer files. There we go. Let me get the screen up. All right. So I'll put this guy over here again. So traditionally what you want to do is once you have the device hooked up and it's it's connected to your machine, the first thing you want to do is you want to compile it. And for demonstrations purposes, I'm going to remove the diva-beta.apk. So let's say all we had was the diva-beta. So we need to create an APK out of it. So we're going to use the APK tool that we use to decompile it to just recompile it. So APK tool B and then the folder path. So diva beta and then output diva beta.apk. And that should work. Okay, so we got one little error, but the APK is still built, so we're good there. And you can Google these errors. I've had these issues with a few others. This AAPT I have to do a little more research on, but there are flags you can use to bypass those if need be. Okay, so let's see what we have. So now we have that diva-beta.apk, and I want to demonstrate something, and I'll go into exactly what this is later on in the video. But an APK traditionally cannot be installed unless it's signed, and it can be signed by anyone. It can be signed by you, and a way to check whether it is signed or not, or to see who the author of or what the metadata of an APK is just using jar signer. So let's use jar signer, verify, verbose, and then the APK file, diva-beta.apk. And it says jar is unsigned. Okay, so if it's unsigned, I will show you exactly what happens. adb install diva-beta.apk. It failed, and it failed because it says it failed to collect certificates. Essentially what that means, if you do Google it, is you need to make sure that it is signed. So let's go ahead and sign the app. Now in order to sign it, first thing you have to do is generate a key store. And I will just go ahead and type out the command for you. Key tool, gem key, key store, alias name, and you can put whatever you want. Key alg RSA, key size 2048, validity 3650, and you have to have a validity. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, and you can kind of play around with it. And you just make a password. So I'll just go 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And you don't have to fill out any of this. You can if you want to. And it'll ask if it's all correct, and you can say yes. So now it has the key store is stored as keystore.keystore, and you can see it right here, keystore.keystore. So now you have this key store and you can sign the app with it. So to sign the app, we're going to use jar signer again. Jar signer plus sig alg md5 with RSA, and you can use other algorithms. SHA-1, I'm just using what's easy. Keystore.keystore, and then the APK that you want to sign. Diva beta.apk, and the name of the alias, which I named alias name. Very original, I know. Alright, and it should ask for the password. Yep, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Perfect. Now it says jar signed. So it says yes, MD5 is very poor choice for algorithms, and it's self-signed, and that's okay. Now so if we run that jar signer verify, so it doesn't say it's unsigned. So now let's try to install it. adb install, and we have diva beta.apk, and it installed. And as you can see here, now we have this Diva app. And we'll get into some of these. I'm not sure if we're going to do all of them, but it's a great tool to learn about Android pen testing. Well guys, that's all I have for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you're able to follow along. Again, please do me a huge favor and hit like and subscribe. And please comment below if you have any questions at all, or if you have any corrections or recommendations. I'm always open to hear them. Alright guys, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video.